Hello, it's Leslie and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to give a book summary on the Death Cure, which is the third book of the Maze Runner series. So the book starts with Thomas waking up in the third trial. And in the third trial, he's in a white room trapped by himself. He can't communicate with Teresa using his telepathy, and he barely has any food to eat, and they don't often give him water, and he just gets to starve there. It smells really badly, but after finally like a full long month of being there, he's let out of trial 3. Now when they're let out of trial 3, they meet up with Group B in the Gladers. And Dr. Jansen, or from the previous book, you know him as the Rat Man, he announces which people are either immune to the flare or are not immune to the flare. Most of them are immune to the flare, except for Newt, which is one of the Gladers, and you should know him if you read the previous books. And then the immunes are called Munis, and the cranks usually hate Munis because, of course, if you are sick, then imagine somebody being immune from the virus that causes you to go insane. Of course you would hate them. So they keep the Munis, and then the Wicked's goal is to try to find what's different about the Munis' brains, to see what makes them what makes them immune from the virus. Because, as you may know, the flare, it impacts the brain, and their brain isn't immune to it. So the next thing Jansen says is that he asks them if they want their memories back. And almost all the people go to take their memories back, but Thomas, Minho, and Newt, they don't want to do it because they obviously don't trust Wicked. So they get put in like a jail cell for a day, and then they plan to escape with Brenda. And Brenda tells them to first try to find Group B and then escape with them, then find Jorge, and he's an expert ship driver, and they would fly off away from Wicked and escape. So when they were planning to escape, Newt hands Thomas a note, and he tells Thomas to read it at the right time. So now the four, they go hunting for Group B, but they can't find Group B, so they just go directly to Jorge. But when they go to Jorge, they find out that Group B has already escaped, and Thomas feels really betrayed because they didn't search for them. So anyways, they go on the ship and they fly far away, and Brenda assumes that Group B, they went to a place in Denver, Colorado, to a man who used to work for Wicked, and what he does, he can take like Wicked's like chip inside your brain that sees what you do, because obviously they don't want Wicked to know where they are. So when they go there, they get the chip out of their brain, and then they go to a place where all the people who don't have the flare, because like right now 90% of the population has the flare, so that's where the people are isolated that don't have the flare. So they go there and they're tested, and Newt cannot go in there because obviously he's not immune to the flare, and so they all go to the place, and they receive a note from Gali. And you might remember who Gali is. Gali was like the person in the first book. He hated Thomas a lot, but when they meet up with Gali, Gali explains that he works for an organization called the Right Arm. The Right Arm is used to try to destroy Wicked and stop their doings. And apparently, Gali is a vice president of that organization. So Gali tells them to meet them like a bit later. So now they go to a ship, or back to their ship, where they meet Newt. And Newt tells them, or Newt is actually not there, and people tell them that Newt is taken to a crank palace where cranks live, and it's like really disgusting. And when they try to meet Newt, Newt does not want to talk to them. So they go back to Gali's place, and Gali tells them that Thomas has to go back to Wicked for the final test, and the final test is basically Thomas, because Dr. Jansen said the final key is Thomas, and that they needed his brain to complete the operation. So Gali told them to go to Wicked's headquarters and hand Thomas in, but before he gets the operation done, they'll destroy the building by putting some landmines and destroying the place. So that's what Thomas does, and they also go around the place to do stuff, and they eventually meet Newt. And Thomas reads Newt's note, and it says to kill Newt and stop the suffering. So Thomas kills Newt, which he was very guilty about, but Thomas knew that was for the best, and then they went on to Wicked's headquarters. So Thomas went in and he started the operation with Dr. Jansen. And before they do the operation, he blacks out, but when he wakes up, he receives a note from Chancellor Paige, who's actually the founder of Wicked. Paige says that she saved him from the operation, which is ironic because she was the owner of the organization that wanted the blueprint, but she stopped them herself, which is kind of ironic. But she tells him a map where the maze is and where they keep all the immunes in the maze, and she also shows him on the notes where a set of flat strands are, and when they step through those flat strands, they will be leaded to like a paradise. So the group, they first go to the maze, and then they retrieve all the people, including the Gladers in Group B, so they meet up with them, and then they go to the flat strands. But then the building starts getting blown up by the right arm, and a lot of people died, including someone you might know, and if you don't want any spoilers, then stop right here and skip like 10 seconds. But Teresa gets crushed by a building and she dies, but everybody else that's like main, they get through the flat strands and they go to a paradise, everything they've been wishing for and that they deserve. So that's the end of the summary. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe. I hope you really enjoyed the summary, and I hope you read this book yourself. And thanks for watching. Bye.